Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all everybody for staying with us as we progress throughout the show tonight, as we progress through the fourth Monday of the month. Every single fourth Monday of the month, we always have the Dating Pool Diva in the building, and this week is no different. We got the Diva Diaries with the Dating Pool Diva. Your music is playing. You go ahead and do your shimmy or whatever it is you call that. I wish y'all could see her and whatnot. She has to get herself mentally prepared to lead us in the Diva Diaries. So we got Dating Pool Diva here, taking over. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Dating Pool Diva Diaries. What you got?
All right. Well, I got some fun stuff, so I'm going to call this Fun Diva Diaries. No, serious stuff. Just going to be all lighthearted stuff. All right. My first question, and I want y'all to be honest. It's a multiple choice question, so listen up to the choices. When your significant other has messed up, how do you punish them? Do you
Is torture one of these?
You're gonna hear it.
Oh, okay.
No sex, A, or affection. B, no money and gifts. C, no quality time. D, argue. E, you talk it out, you never punished. Okay, I'm gonna start with Miss S.Y. Butler.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you just give me those?
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm
Do
glad
the
she asked,
choices
because
again.
I was about to ask for the choices.
Okay,
then.
first choice is,
Okay.
do you do no sex and affection?
No, that's not it.
B, no money or gifts.
Don't do that anyway.
C, no quality time. D, argue. E, ignore them. I forgot, ignore them. F, talk it out. You don't punish.
So I'm gonna go. What was that? F. Talk it out. No punish. Talk it out.
No, that's G.
No punish. G.
Yeah.
You trying to throw off?
Listen, we don't have to hold a conversation now because you're trying to mess me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you talk it out all the time. No matter how upset you are with the person, you talk it out. You don't ever punish. Let's be honest here.
I am being honest.
Okay. Mr. Big Joe.
Okay. Well, I got two parts to this answer.
Okay.
First of all, I believe in A, but I still want the sex, but I don't have to give you no affection.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, because guys are wired differently. I mean, I can differentiate between sex and love. Most women can't. So that's why I say, yeah, that's right. I said it.
Break. You just.
But then, I don't do the argument thing.
What you gonna get by it? That's
yeah. I don't do argument. Arguing is senseless. Oxygen is precious, so I don't do no argument. And then I just ignore you until you get your mind right. Because most of the time you're wrong anyhow. So just get right.
Now, Mr. LP back there, since you are grunting and making noises, I'm going to call on you next.
You already know my answer.
What's your answer?
I'm a simple, peaceful guy. I'm going to talk it out.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm sorry. This is 2015. I'll take it off my cake. Backhand woman, don't do it again. And that's what's going to happen.
You wouldn't do that
you
either.
wish.
I think you would do D. You would give her a few words. I think not necessarily argue, but it would be a heated discussion when you finish.
Be a discussion, but I'm trying to be peaceful a little bit, and things and good stuff like that.
Okay.
Legacy Internet Radio have to be coming down to my. Can you ID the body? You backhand somebody.
Is this a real question?
This is a fun question. I'm going to be honest, since no one else is. I'm going to.
What the Hades is that supposed to mean? And why'd you curve your eyeball over to the left bar?
I'm probably more likely to do D, argue, or E, ignore, and then maybe F later on. And come and talk it out. But
That's
my
later on.
initial anger, well, after I've cooled down.
Don't make
But
me
my
mad too
initial
long.
anger, I'm going to say what I got to say, and then I'm going to give you the silent treatment. And then later on, we're going to come back and discuss it.
See, that's going to make the whole thing wrong right there. You started off arguing. That just takes everything to another level. And once you start arguing, all sorts of stuff is going to come out, maybe even something that doesn't even have anything to do with the reason why you are arguing in the first place. So it doesn't
ask what was right. What was the right answer? I asked, what would you do?
Hey, Diva.
Okay.
Act like a man, end up without one. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, is that what men do? Men argue?
No.
Okay, then. I'm acting like a lady.
Act like a man, end up without one. Yeah, ignore the hell out you.
Yeah, that's what y'all do.
It's up. Hey, listen, it's 4-1.
Okay. Mr. Marcus J., what do you think about this?
I mean, it's hard to say just one because a lot of it has to do with how you're feeling in that moment. You might have different feelings at different times. I mean, so it's hard for me to say just one, but I
picked three.
I am very, very clinical about my anger. I shut down. And I don't want to be bothered, so as far as affection, there's not going to be too much of that. That whole silent treatment thing is probably something that I do, because I want to, I guess because I'm a control freak, I want to say my piece, and I want you to understand what I'm saying and make changes as soon as I say it the first time, and I don't want to talk about it no more. And if you don't, then you're going to deal with me being pretty damn grumpy.
How long are you going to do the silent treatment?
Well, I mean, it's not something that I sit around and say, okay, I'm going to be silent for a week. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to start talking again. And it's not something that, I consciously do. I don't consciously have a silent treatment. It's not something that I'm thinking about. If I'm in a mood and I don't want to be bothered, then I don't want to be bothered until I'm ready to be bothered. And however long that is how long it is.
It automatically makes you want to shut down. You can't help but feel like I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
It does that to you. But if you think about it, how far are you going to get if you go to I don't even want to talk to you? And it happens. It automatically does it to you. How are you going to get by it?
Right. Eventually you got to get over it. Let me ask you this, since you're a lady. Have you ever did A, no sex? Be honest.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your honor. I'm going to give you a side hug there. Thank you for being
I'm feeling offended
honest.
about that.
Yeah,
I don't do A. That's punishing me.
Damn right.
I don't do A. I like sex.
We can be
I
mad
don't
at
do
each
that
other
now.
all along.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in
See, I
Long
said it because
time.
I'm like
But you know what? That's good. Miss Diva, you know what? It's funny because that's why I said if you can differentiate between sex and love, you can
those are two
you can
different
do a lot of
things.
this. I can love you later.
I need
Right. I need your piece. All right, let me ask the gentleman. Mr. Steven Sykes, you want to come back?
Gee, you ain't got
If
to
I-
ask. You
What-
ain't got to ask him if he won't come back.
What
He
what
ain't
about
never seen a mic he ain't love.
That's true.
what
Jeffrey
about
heard this out
B?
himself.
Do you ever do no money and gifts when you're upset with your significant other?
No, because I like to spoil and treat that woman like gold, no matter what.
Even if
so
she's treating you like crap.
Good grief.
I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let
Hey,
her know
look, seriously, cut
that.
the bullshit on this show, man. Seriously.
Yeah, this one you have to be honest, no lying.
I probably would still treat her well because I want her to know that my love for her does not tie against how I'm going to still treat her with respect.
Now that's better.
So that's why I'm going to still do
There
it.
you go. That's better. Because a minute ago,
Okay.
it didn't sound too good. Yeah.
No, I try to say it a little bit, and then honestly, I wouldn't withhold sex. That's not something that I don't think anybody should withhold.
That's not a smart move,
Okay,
y'all.
Big Joe, what you think about that? Do you ever do B?
What's big
No
again?
money, no gifts when you're upset with her.
I mean,
She asked
I
you for
don't
the
do-
credit card.
No, I don't. No. Wait.
You know what?
What?
If you think about how many times you're going to be mad with your partner throughout your relationship and you pick A, B, C, or D, you got no relationship.
Pretty much.
So,
Just
I mean,
move
really.
on. I mean, you know what? I'm not. But you know what? I'm also not. I'm not that dude who go buy you roses just because I'm pissed at you. I might go buy you a plant, And the reason, okay, now see you laughing, but let me give you my mentality on that.
Bread.
Roses will die. You have to cultivate a flower. That's my logic on that. I'm not gonna. I would rather give you an orchid that we can grow together instead of giving you some roses.
I think the most morbid thing a man can do is give a woman flowers. It's morbid. I'm gonna give you a gift that's gonna die.
Well, and that's what I mean.
dumbest thing.
Roses just die.
And they smell
Are you
good.
gonna name the plant relationship?
I mean, and I really gotta like you to give. If I give you a flower, man,
I give you the gift of cannabis. How about that?
Oh my
hey, I didn't say what kind of flower.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, so Marcus J, what you
Jesus,
think?
it's a fire.
Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
It's a fire. All right,
supposed to get
I'm
a
sorry.
pop.
I'm sorry, Diva.
So what do you think with B? Would you ever
I mean,
do that?
My brain doesn't. I'm not someone that's wired to bestow lavish gifts, and so it's not something that would be a part of how I even manage a relationship. That I'm giving you so many gifts so often that if I'm mad at you now, I'm not giving you gifts. That's not how I am. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? So I don't even really know how to, if you're going to specifically ask me to address B, I can't really specifically address B because that's just not something that I do. I mean, if I saw something that I thought that was nice that you liked and I get it, or, if we're out and we're eating and I pay for it, or, stuff like that.
You're mad at her and it's her birthday next week.
That's tough, man.
Does she not get a birthday gift?
I mean, you probably will get a birthday gift just because I realize that, I value it more than the fact that I'm mad right now.
I just won't wrap it.
But it won't be a nice gift.
It'll
be a crappy gift.
That's that.
Here's some dishes. You said we need new dishes.
Cook more.
I mean, as a man, I'm used to getting that kind of bullshit gift. So, I mean, women get nice gifts, and men, we get ties.
You know what? What you said, Marcus J, is funny. That's like asking me to. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a gift on Valentine's Day, or would you rather me do stuff for you the other 300?
Yeah, man.
How many days in a year?
365.
Well, other 364.
I don't know, Portia.
I think Valentine's Day is the biggest farce on the calendar.
It is. It's a fake holiday.
I absolutely despise Valentine's. I can't stand it. I absolutely can't stand Valentine's.
Let's go to the bar on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's NBA's, Saturday night that night too.
Cool.
It's NBA Saturday. I think you and I, my brother and me, I think we got a
Y'all
date.
gonna be in trouble.
I don't see
Go to the bar
I don't
Saturday
see
night.
either of us
Trust
really
and
shed a
believe
tear.
MJ
Yeah, I'm not gonna shed a tear. I'm not here for real.
You know what I'm saying? I think the only person I'm really going to be tripping over that night, I want to know how Kobe's going to be there with his torn rotator cuffs.
Yeah, because that's going to be serious.
We don't want to talk about that. Okay, I'm a Lakers fan.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
You want that Valentine's Day gift, though, don't you?
It ain't coming from Kobe. He can't sign it. He's right-handed.
All right, let's move on.
He got a stamp.
This one is a true or false
It's sloppy with
question.
his left hand. Okay.
Is dating harder today than in the past? Dating is harder today than in the past. True or false?
I think it's easier, actually, personally. And the reason why I think it's easier is not politically correct, and I know that most people are going to disagree with me, but, long time ago, you pretty much could date people based upon where you saw them. You saw them at school, you saw them at church, you saw them at work, you saw them at the bar, you saw them. Whereas now, with the advent of social media, people can online date. I know a lot of people who have met their, significant other through online dating. And can you meet a turd that way? Absolutely. Can you meet a creepy guy that way? Of course. But you can meet the creepy guy, at church or at the supermarket. You know what I mean? I think online dating is probably easier because I think you have more tools to screen. And when you go out on that first date, it's a blind date because the internet was the one that introduced you. But, you walk into the mall and you expect to see, Shamar Moore, and you walk in and you see, Marcus J, you can keep on walking because you don't like how Marcus J looks when you was expecting Shamar Moore. So
I don't know. I actually don't like the way Shamar.
But you understand the analogy that I'm making, so you can keep it moving. You know what I mean? You always meet in public places. All of these people that's inviting folks to their house, you know, you a crazy person for doing that. You're a crazy person for meeting somebody in 1990 when you didn't have the internet and you invite them to your house. So why would you do that now? So I think it's easier now, actually.
Okay, that's why. What do you think?
Well, originally I was gonna say I wasn't sure, but given Marcus reminding us that there's online dating and those what do you call the things when you sit at the table and you got three men?
Speed dating.
All those other things that are different avenues for you to help date. It is probably easier now.
Mr. Big Joe?
I definitely think that it's easier now because with the advent of everything that everyone just said, there doesn't have to be any falsities out there. Everybody can just be themselves. If women want to be aggressive, when it was frowned upon once upon a time, when the guy had to, swoon you and sit in the parlor and all this whole 9 yards, I think now that people are freer to be themselves, which can honestly make relationships better because there are no false pretenses. I can just tell you, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Hey, let's do this. If you don't want to do this, just say so. Guess what? There's somebody else out there who can. So I don't think you waste time with false pretenses and BS. I think it's easier.
Okay. Mr. Steven Sykes, you have an opinion?
Dating is hard as hell right now. I'm sorry. It's just crap. I've been, as a man, I have no problem saying I've been on every single dating site out there, and the ones before they got Match brought them all. And all the others. Not just because of my own lack of, I've went out with some people that, cool friends, but I just think it's hard because now, even more so, people have the option to be more picky and choosy, which I understand you should be because you're looking to a point. But now people, and I think both men and women are guilty of this, looking for too much of perfection. Now is where of, okay, you realize you're not going to get that perfect person, but you have to accept certain things. Now it's like I have this list, and they go and picking and choosing from this list instead of realizing what actually will work for you. So I don't think it's that much easier these days.
I think we pick and choose just as much as before. I mean, we all have, excuse me, we all have some things that we want in our partner. I mean, that goes for men, that goes for women. So you look for that. I don't think you look for that any less or any more today than you did before, if you want what you want.
Sometimes people want what they want. I have no problem, but sometimes people tend to have unreasonable expectations with that. Not all, but there are a lot of people that do have that.
But they're unreasonable to whom?
To be honest, you would find out even to themselves, they just feel that they can find it because with the internet sometimes give the mystifying belief that you can get anything that you want. I wouldn't blame this on the internet.
Stop that.
No.
If in my head I want him to be this, and this, and you find two of those things unreasonable, it's what I want. It's not unreasonable for me. This is what's going to make me happy. It's not unreasonable for me. It's unreasonable for you.
But true. But the thing is, it's like, okay, with the level of discernment that you have, cool. But keep in mind, we've already established sense is not common, and not everybody works with that.
And that's why it's not, bad for me. It's bad for you.
It's bad for me because I will see not just.
This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I will get.
Right.
If I don't get it, me sticking to this is me not wanting anything less.
But would you be able to work with something else until you get to what you want?
You're not listening. No, this is what I want. Mm-hmm. I'm not settling for anything less. This is what's going to make me happy.
But I'm talking about the unreasonable of expectations of other things that's going on with that.
No.
Because I would say there's a lot of guys who say she has to have all these different things, and a lot of women will say, and then they tend to align with things that are not necessarily their desires. We're getting into the thin line, convoluted line of wants and desires for some people.
Okay, let me jump in for a minute, Steven. Because I know where you're coming from, and I've heard, this opinion before, and I kind of I see where you're coming from, but I disagree because I feel like even back in the past, people had standards, expectations, preferences, things they liked. And I don't think that today's internet or the way that dating is affects that at all. Now, where I will agree with you is that dating is harder today. You know why I say that? Because I'm actually been dating for many, many years. And it's very difficult because even though you have more choices, you got more hay, it's harder to find that needle in the haystack.
I think it's harder for women.
Yeah, it's extremely hard.
But I think it's harder for women.
Because y'all can pick and choose from as many out of the catalog that you want.
No. But see, not you know
it's
why?
Easy for
you know
y'all.
why? Because a lot of women are willing to, because they know that not present party, but a lot of women know that the options are limited, so they're willing to accept more. And that's why, and they willing to accept more. So they will. There's a lot of women out there that okay, he steps out every once in a while, but as long as he's home and this, they do. The women tend to, not all, but some women tend to rationalize some of the missteps that guys do, and then now guys know they can get away with it. They'll just run around and do whatever they want. So it's bad on both sides. Now, the thing is, we, as gentlemen in this room, don't do these things. Now, fortunately, you three are doing quite well. Unfortunately, I have not had the same amount of success.
Mr.
Wow.
Big Joe, what do you think?
I mean, just going back to SY's point, and I have to go with Steven on this for just a little bit. People can talk themselves out, or they can position themselves out of what they truly can be blessed with by putting your standards so high that they're unattainable. I think that some people are so rigid, or they've been hurt by certain things, that they want to lump certain stuff together.
Okay.
And I think that every situation has to be taken at its own face value, and don't bring that excessive baggage from your past into making a decision. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was always taught never make long-term decisions on short-term logic. Mm-hmm. So you have to think it through. I mean, you know what? There might be some things that if you are with somebody that you might, just a nuance that might tick you off, that you know what? Guess what? If you're with that person and that person wants to be with you, they will change themselves. Not saying that you're going to change them, but they will change their own selves if that's where they want to be.
And how will I know that according to?
Well, like I said, if you make hard rules, and you're not in
what if
any
all
way,
these things on this list that I want
are
the same qualities that I have? Where's the difficulty?
Well, then you probably never find anybody who has 100% everything that you want, because that's your set of rules.
Then I choose to go by my rule. I mean,
well, and I get that.
You have people that do.
A lot of people are. They become cat ladies. I get it. They become them cat ladies who got 750 cats.
I mean, I understand. I agree with you in that you shouldn't have really high expectations to the point where nobody can fit it. However, you shouldn't be desperate to just take whatever comes your way because you're scared you're going to be a cat lady.
No, neither one of us are saying any of those things. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not expecting anybody to settle. I'd rather you hold on to your list than settle. That's what being honest with you. But I'm just saying that is within reason. See, if anybody is coming to you or you with a certain thing level, then obviously yes. But we're talking about an aspect of, let's say, this person makes you happy, he laughs, he treats you well, but he's the wrong skin color. This person may be the good, who treated well, help, be a good role model for your child if you happen to be a single mother or not. But then you like, well, he's too short or he's too fat. What is it? Where is the bottom line where you're going to let reason, common logic reason? See, the thing is, I'm not that concerned with you or any of the people in this room, but people in general is where I'm saying, because not everybody is raised with that same logic that we have.
Okay.
Let me just address the settling thing before you move on to the next one. I mean, as far as settling is concerned, everybody does it. You can say that you don't, but you do. And if you don't, and you want to be in a relationship and you not, then I guess you have to deal with that. Anytime you think that you're going to get 100% of your list, you living in a world where it's always daylight and, people ride to work on unicorns and marijuana is legal at the Vatican.
Right.
You know
at
what I'm
the
saying?
Vatican.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just not going to happen. And, anytime we live in a world where Halle Berry is divorced 3 times, nobody's perfect. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter what you do, because she's somewhere getting on somebody else's nerves.
Amen.
And so is he. It's that simple. So, get in where you're feeling, Diva.
Okay. Well, I think this is a good time to take a break. We're kind of at a halfway point.
Okay.
So maybe we'll come back after the commercial break.
You got it. Ain't no half step. Marcus J. Be back in a few.